Alright guys, things are getting pretty weird out here. Content creation has changed so much, and what people are doing now doesn't even look like social media anymore. As someone who remembers when streaming first started, it's crazy to see how far things have come. But as we've seen with other creators, the idea of bigger is better can sometimes cause trouble. Recently, Jojo Siwa took things too far with her TikTok performances. Yesterday, during a live stream, Jojo did something really strange. A dance move, to be exact. And honestly, that's not even the worst part. People are really upset about it, and it's easy to see why. This was a dumb thing to stream, and how she handled it didn't help. So let's not waste any more time and get into it. She's been doing even stranger things on stage. Who's still trying to mess with me, setting YouTube dislike records for her music?
An astonishing, record-breaking 3.1 million dislikes!
Okay, so there's this weird narrative on the internet I've been seeing where people are trying to defend JoJo by saying there's no way she could have known what was going to happen with her movie. And I feel like if you look at her social media, that quickly becomes so stupid it's kind of funny. Even if she didn't just explain what's going on with this movie, she's sitting there with zero promotion and zero context. It doesn't really take a whole lot to put together what's about to happen. This is what Jojo Siwa posted. Unfortunately, I can't use her song audio here because I'll get copyrighted. So, as you may have just heard, it seems like Jojo is aware of what's about to happen here. And look, don't get me wrong, I don't think that JoJo should be getting nearly as much criticism as she is for making this movie. Was it a terrible film? Yeah. Is it embarrassing? Of course. But, I think this is all part of her rebrand. Maybe it's not, but I feel like something of this nature would have been intentional, especially for an attempt like this. Like, seriously, I wasn't joking when I said there's a massive team behind all this. I feel like JoJo knows what she's doing, but once she releases this movie, she's going to start acting like she had no idea how it would be received. And it's just kind of stupid. Let's just assume that this wasn't staged. Jojo Siwa nearly just made a terrible movie, and she's acting surprised that that happened when she fully knew there was a 50-50 chance of what just happened happening. Imagine that person next to her saying the funniest thing ever, saying, "This is not cinema." Because, yeah, it's not at all. I don't really understand the vision. Now, for the next few minutes, they just keep going back and forth with who I assume is the movie's production team. They're trying to usher everyone back into the scene while JoJo and her friends are trying to go check on the situation. I think it just really goes back to the fact that this is a terrible movie. Like, what's the plot here? This is like the movie equivalent of a modern-day horror film. Where's the story? Where's the actual cinema? Oh, so you tricked a bunch of people into thinking that the main character gets severely injured or maybe killed. Okay, well, now that I say that out loud, I guess that is like a lot of horror movies. I remember watching the shitty out of some really bad slasher films, and like half of them were just people jumping into ridiculous scenarios. So honestly, I think it's just kind of stupid. The entire movie plot is barely coherent, so there's no payoff. But that's pretty much where the Jojo Siwa movie segment ends. They go on to something new after this. Overall, I do think that there were a lot of stupid decisions made here by everyone involved. Even if JoJo didn't know about this going into it, you have a terrible script in front of you, you should probably know better than to star in whatever they're wanting to do with that. I don't think there's really an excuse for seeing this screenplay and being like, yeah, okay, let's film this. Are people making it out to be a bit bigger of a deal than I think it really is? Yes. But I do still think that JoJo should take responsibility for this. Well, guys, what do you think? Do you think this is a case of a little bit of special treatment from the movie industry? There's a lot of people saying that everybody else would get roasted for doing this, and you know what? That's probably not that inaccurate. Releasing this movie is kind of insane, like we've established. Now, look, it would be one thing if the plot was hidden, or if this was set up in a way that it wasn't so obvious how bad it was from the beginning. But that's not what happened. The people in charge, JoJo, the producers, they should have seen the screenplay and been like, you know what? We shouldn't film this. Why that didn't happen? The answer is pretty obvious. The people in charge, the people involved, knew this would get a lot of people talking. And, well, it worked. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free, it won't cost you anything. But for now, that's all I have for you today.